I had to work. See? Still in my work, uh, trying to do work attire. It says on the rise. You like my shirt? On the rise, on the way up, on the way up. Well, anyway, it's Tuesday Thoughts with Coley Cole Live. Oh, it's Coley Cole. It's Coley Cole. It's Coley Cole. It's Coley Cole. It's Coley Cole Live. It's Coley Cole Live. It's Coley Cole. It's Coley Cole. It's Coley Cole. It's Coley Cole. It's Coley Cole Live. One day I'm gonna have some music, y'all. I am here today on Tuesday Thoughts. Hello. I am here today on Tuesday Thoughts talking about house business again. This is titled Emotions when it concerns the house business. I believe it's part 4 for us, house business. Emotions. So, number one, I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful week. I hope everybody's doing okay. I'm so glad to see you. And I want us to continue to share and talk and chat and keep things going. But emotions. Have you ever ran into someone or even had a friend who is an adult, of course, now, and they're crying about stuff, especially males, and you're sensitive to their needs now as an adult. Well, when growing up, a lot of times males are told, "Don't you cry, hold it in. Um, you a punk if you cry, or you're not a real man if you cry." And then they grow into adults who don't express their emotions or know how to express their emotions. Or there's a female who has been told, "Don't cry about everything. Don't be a crybaby. Stop complaining and all the time." And so now they're adults who don't like to talk to people, don't like to share their feelings, and when they get in a relationship, it's really, really hard to communicate with them. Now, am I saying that we need to condone people not having a backbone or not being able to stand up for themselves? I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that you're told in your own house that you better not go out there crying, or you better be tough, or you better be strong. And a lot of these things were passed down from us from generations to generation, especially, when people were slaves and they were told you better not have emotions. And they passed that down like you better not let them see you cry. Now, I'm not saying be all out there wailing and crying and falling on the floors and all that kind of stuff and having a temper tantrum, what they call it. But what I am saying is, instead of telling people don't cry, don't say this, don't complain, let's teach people how to communicate. Now, if you don't know how to communicate and you need some help, call me. Not that I'm the best at doing it myself, because everybody has issues, but I'm good at teaching it. Because that's what I do for a living, right? But there's so many different things like Google, YouTube, that talks about how to communicate. And communication is so important. Communication is why some marriages don't last. Poor communication is also why some people don't get along with their families. Some people have siblings they haven't talked to in years. I couldn't imagine. I talk to my siblings at least once a week. And we're really, really close. And because we can communicate, even if we don't like what each other is saying, we still can communicate. And it's not that we don't cry about it or anything, but we support each other in our feelings, knowing that this is only natural. Everybody has emotions. Everybody has emotions that they want to express, but it's just how do you express them in a way that is effective, and it's also going to get the message across without you seeming like you just having a hissy fit. Emotions, when it comes to house business, um, play a lot with people who grow up to be parents who don't hug their children, or don't say I love you, or they become partners to people who they don't say I love you because they say, well, nobody ever told me that. I heard it every now and then, but it wasn't a regular thing. And so then they get in their feelings, as we say, that they feel like somebody doesn't care about them. But emotion wise, they were never taught that it's okay to hug, love, say I love you. So when I think about this part of house business, I think about how from young we learn these emotional deficiencies, and then we become adults with emotional deficiencies, and we get titles as rough, aggressive, um, too hard. Or on the flip end, you get, oh, you too sensitive or you too emotional. When everybody has emotions, this is not a foreign thing, guys. It is okay to cry. It's okay to express yourself. The song, it's all right to cry. Crying brings the mad out of you. It might make you feel better. That's an old tune that I keep going back to over and over again with adults because I want them to understand that it's okay to have emotions and it's okay to feel the way you feel. What's not okay is for you to express them in a rough or aggressive way, but learn how to communicate them well. And some people need assistance with that, and that's okay. And there is no right or wrong way because it all really depends on your personality and the people you're dealing with. There's no right or wrong, but there is an effective way. So we want our communication about our emotions to be effective, and we want it to be something that people understand and they can either work with us, empathize with us, talk it out with us, but we don't want it to be so foreign that you're scared to express yourself. So besides getting some assistance from therapists, online, there's books, there's worksheets. If anybody needs anything, send me an inbox. I will send you something. Like I said, I have issues just like everybody else, but I've learned how to do some effective communication with people to make sure that I'm, sensitive to their needs when I wasn't always like that. So that took some time for me to learn. Someone says, I have that issue when I'm very emotional in my feelings and hurt when people don't take it as I present it. Yes, makes sense because people don't always pick up what you putting down, as they say. Sometimes when you're telling somebody something, they totally don't get it, or they're like, okay, whatever. And to them, it's nothing, but to you, it is a major deal. Listen, people, this is one thing I want you to hear me and hear me clearly say. Everybody has a right to their emotions. Everybody has a right to feel how they feel. We can't take that away from people. They have that right. So you can't tell somebody, you can't be mad, or how you going to feel like that? Because it's their emotions, and they can. But what needs to happen is you saying, I don't understand how you're feeling, but I respect it, but I need you to communicate to me what that really means so that I can understand what you're going through. That doesn't mean that you agree or disagree. It just means I understand you're going through something. And although I may not agree or disagree, I understand you're going through something and you got some emotions you're working on, and I'm okay with that. Don't let me get in your way. How can I be helpful instead of hurtful? Okay? So yeah, emotions. That's what it's all about. It's a big part of house business that I deal with people on a regular basis, because they are scared to express their emotions or scared to show their emotions. Yeah, so emotions. Somebody said, oh, spelled the word wrong, but that's okay. I knew what you meant. So yes, let's keep these conversations going. Let's keep talking about, things that we consider house business, but actually are things that we need to work on, okay? It's okay to have your say on Coleco Live, but if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Coleco Live signing out. Thank you for joining me for Tuesday Thoughts. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful week and a wonderful weekend. Take care and see you next week. Bye.